In this video, I'll be talking about what is the role of money in our life. Hey, it's Tobey here from Training Business Pros. Thanks so much for joining me. Money is one of those things that is fleeting for some and abundant for others, but it has a specific role, and I have 6 things to share with you about the role in your life so that you can start attracting more of it. And I totally get that many people feel that whatever they have now is the maximum amount that they'll ever have. That's not actually true. So wait till the end, go through the 6 things, and then you'll have a very clear understanding of the role of money in your life. Let's get started. All right, like I mentioned, I have 6 things that I want to share with you about the role of money in our lives. And by the time you get done this video, you'll have a very clear and comprehensive understanding of it and its role in your life. Let's go with number 1. First of all, it's not here to make you miserable, even though many people are worried about it all the time. I got to pay the bills. I'm always behind. I never earn enough. Things are too expensive. That's all a specific money mindset that people have that's very hard to break free from. It's called lack mentality. But I'm here to assure you that it is absolutely important that you understand that it's not here to make you miserable. It's here to actually empower you. Money is actually a medium of exchange. If you look at any definition of it, the words medium of exchange comes into play. You use it to purchase things that you want. Now, I totally get that there's things that you need to purchase and things that you want to purchase. Obviously, you're going to have to use the same medium of exchange for both. It doesn't work for everything. In fact, money is not the only medium of exchange. You can barter. You can do other things that attracts the things that you want into your life. They can be given to you. You can inherit them. So again, money's not the only way, but it is an important way. So it has a value, and I think it's important to understand that the value that money has is a thing that people feel. So yes, it has a number on it and you can use it to measure things, but at the same time, if you actually looked at a $100 bill, there's a big difference between the feeling of this and a feeling of a dollar bill or a $5 bill. So you totally get that? So it's not just a medium of exchange. There is an inherent sort of belief system attached to the money itself. Let's move on to number 2. It's important because this is what is sort of defining your role in life. It's a measuring stick, okay, for your success. Now, it's not a measuring stick for all success. For example, you could win a race. There's no money attached to that, and just the feeling of winning something is a success. So again, don't get me wrong. Money is not the only thing and not the only measurement for success. But however, it is a measurement usually for your success in your occupation, your career, your job, or your business. Now, I can tell you that a business has the ability to be unlimited in terms of its ability to attract more, whereas a job and a career has a set maximum, and there's a slight increase in the cost of living over time. So usually the measuring stick for ultimate success is that you have an abundance of money, and that rarely happens through a job and usually only happens when associated with a business. It's also important to understand that businesses typically, on the whole, pay less tax than most people. And there's a reason for that. It's because businesses create jobs while jobs do jobs. And you're getting taxed basically on the income that you make, whereas a business gets taxed on what's left over after paying everybody else and paying the rent. And does that make sense? And they want to keep businesses going because that's what stimulates the economy. So starting a business is a good idea if you want to attract more money into your life. Number 3, it's 100% energy. Again, I showed you the $100 bill. The energy of that 100 is a much bigger feeling than it is of a $5 bill. So therefore, our energy can intrinsically and inherently attract more just by focusing on what you want. If you feel that there's never enough, then there's never going to be enough. If you feel that it is in abundance, then you have an abundance mindset and you will typically attract more money. The only difference between the two is a belief system. You might want to start clearing out some limiting beliefs, and I have a video about that I'm going to post up here in the left-hand corner. You might want to go check that out, about clearing out limiting beliefs, because I used to have limiting beliefs and now I don't anymore. I feel that money is in abundance and it comes to me easily and effortlessly when I focus on it. And that's what's really important. So as a role in your life, money is an energy that's open for your belief system to start attracting more of it. Number 4, it's generosity. We all know that when we're carrying more, we are more generous. So I think it's a good idea. In fact, I highly recommend that you be generous before you have more money. Because generous people tend to, because of their abundance mindset, attract more, and therefore they can be more generous. So it's like this multiplier effect. You get stuck in the loop of generosity. For example, for many years now, I'm up from the table at the restaurant before everyone else to pay the bill without them looking. That's an act of generosity that I know will be rewarded, because the universe says, oh, you have enough? Okay, here's some more. Go do some more generous things with it. Go help some people. Go pay for things. Go be generous. So money as a role in your life is all about generosity. And of course, you have to shift your mindset in order to attract more. All right, number 5, it's how you get paid. It is the commonly accepted medium of exchange for work done. Now, again, there are 2 types of work. There's the work that you do for other people that they don't want to do, and then there's the work that the other people do that they want to do. I prefer to do the things I want to do versus the things I have to do. Everyone knows in business that there are have-tos on the way to your want-tos, but at the same time, the goal in business is to have more things that you want to do versus things that you have to do. You can absolutely choose to do the things you want versus the things that you don't want. That's why you can hire other people to do that. So it's definitely how you get paid. If you want to get paid more, there's 2 ways to do it. 1, you can absolutely do more work, and I highly recommend that you do that, but eventually you'll run out of time. The thought process is that you increase your value in the marketplace. For example, if you're making $15 based on a specific activity, raise it to 20. And trust me, there will typically be somebody who will be willing to pay that. Certainly not everybody, but normally people with abundance mindset recognize value. But you obviously have to earn that. In business, what you do is you help other people solve problems. And the more problems that you solve, the more money that you'll typically make. For example, I help a lot of people solve problems with digital marketing that most people don't really know anything about. It's kind of a business. Well, it's not kind of, it is a business. It's a business that I work probably a good amount of hours on, but it's enjoyable work. I love doing it. It's intense sometimes, and there are a lot of decisions to be made, but that's why you get paid, because you're willing to make those big decisions. So again, money, number 5, is how you get paid. Never forget that, because it's an important role in your life. Let's move on to the last one, which is number 6. And I've already touched upon this a few times, but I want to reiterate it with number 6 because I believe it's the most important one. The role of money in your life is the concept of abundance. Abundance means that you believe that there is enough to go around, and even extra if you choose there to be so. Now, most people have lack mentality. That says, there's only ever enough, and I make this much, so I can only spend this much. Most people actually spend 1.5 times more than they make, which is why they constantly never have enough, because they always owe more than they actually earn. That's why we have loans. That's why people have mortgages and car payments. So again, in our society, at least in North America, most people owe way more than they actually earn, so they get stuck in this loop of, I have to continue to work in order to pay off the debt that I have. And then, of course, many people overextend that, and I actually work for a bankruptcy trustee company. I do their marketing for them, so I understand how many people actually seek out help when they overextend themselves. And believe me, it's quite common. But the concept of abundance is really a belief system. You believe that there's enough water flowing down the mountain that will irrigate the crops and nourish and replenish. People with lack mentality, they build a dam because they believe it's going to run out. They're squirreling money away for a rainy day. Well, if you do that all the time, your focus is on the rainy day, and you consistently have a lot of rainy days. Not that it rains literally, but it definitely rains psychologically in your life because you're always focused on squirreling away so that you can have enough for later. Abundance mindset says there's enough now, more than enough, and there'll be more later. So that's, again, a different belief system. So those 6 things are really important to understand in terms of the role in money in your life. Most people only understand it as a medium of exchange. I think the other 5 are far more important than the whole concept of medium of exchange. So if you have any comments or questions about the role of money in your life, or you have an example of how you've used money to your benefit, please share it below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for your time.